Welcome back, and thanks for watching this special primetime edition of Apple Valley News Now. You know, the city of Umatilla in Northern Oregon is taking a big step toward improving public safety. Voters will decide this November on a bond measure that could build a brand new police station.
Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says this is mostly funded by a unique partnership with data centers.
For decades, Umatilla police have operated out of a facility city leaders say no longer meets the needs of modern law enforcement. Now, a new police station proposal is headed to the ballot in November.
Times are tough. Mortgage rates are up. Economy's getting a little more tighter, and so it felt like at a time where people are working really tough with their personal bank accounts, it seems perhaps maybe not just a good time.
The measure in the special election didn't pass, leaving leaders scratching their heads on how they can make this happen.
In Oregon, we have a kind of unique economic development program called enterprise zones. And the very short version of what that means is that a local municipality can negotiate with a commercial or industrial firm.
That funding source comes from corporate data centers operating in Umatilla's enterprise zone, covering more than 93% of the project's $19.8 million price tag. Residents would see an estimated tax rate of 27 cents per $1,000 of assessed property value, but they'd also receive a public safety center credit to offset those costs.
Each of our contracts moving forward, this is something that we're looking to continue to have in our contracts to make sure that they truly are community partners with us.
The new station would be built near the current site and include secure interview rooms, expanded evidence storage, wellness spaces for officers, and even a community room open to the public. Some are not on board with this plan because voters already said no.
I support building a police building using city funds.
Okay. Well, so you don't support net zero?
I don't support
to our citizens?
I don't support net zero because I don't think it should have. We already said no once.
If voters reject this measure, the city says it will lose the data center funding and have to look at other options to pay for a new facility.
Well, if a bond passed, perhaps we could give a credit to the residential taxpayers so that they have essentially no net impact cost. That would cost the city about $115,000 a year from the general fund instead of $1.6 million a year from the general fund.
The election is November 4th, when voters will decide whether or not to move the project forward. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Alrighty, Dan, the city of Umatilla will be holding an open house on October the 8th to talk about the new station beginning at 6:30 p.m. on 306th Street in Umatilla.